Welcome everybody to the VAIL VRML Season 2 debut cast, the first week, the first game. My name's Nightfire with two E's, and I'm joined by my co-caster, Yellow Hat. Yellow, how are we doing today?
We're back, ladies and gentlemen. We are in fact back for season 2. Couldn't be more excited, and what a match that gets things started off. AESIR versus REKT.
It's unreal how the algorithm works. You know, it does its magic to get us going for an incredibly hype Season 1 kickoff between two teams thirsty for a rematch, I imagine, and two teams that have gone through a lot of roster shakeups, Yellow.
Oh, you are certainly right about that, because we've had a few roster changes. So notably, you will see that Fizz, who was on REKT and helped REKT to win their championship title last season, is on AESIR, and so that was a big roster change that just kind of happened. And then, of course, Mad Dog from the 8 Basils last season has a spot now on AESIR. Mad Dog, an incredible player. Often when I've played with him, he's done some IGLing and whatnot. Just great player, so he's definitely a good addition for the AESIR squad. And then over on the REKT side, they've picked up Titan and Ikari, who are both also incredible players as well. They do lose Nadix though, which could hurt a little bit. But otherwise, they do at least have 5 from last season in Basil, Kiwi, Tarmac, Sai, and then Smalls. So definitely a roster shakeup on both sides, and we'll see kind of how this plays out.
Very interesting with the Fizz on AESIR's side, but there's the beauty of the off season. You never know what's going to happen. Teams change, new teams form, old teams disband. I'm looking forward to seeing what new squads we do have coming in, but obviously I figured Yellow Hat that it'd be best to start the season off with an amazing match, or at least one that we anticipate to be pretty dang exciting between two teams that did just face off at VRMLCon. The last time they went against each other was when they were on stage with a crowd cheering for them, and now they're back in their home. Playing against each other. It's got to be, obviously it'll be a different vibe, but one that they've been practicing for.
Oh, for certain. Both teams have definitely been skirming in the offseason. I think it's AESIR especially so. So, both teams have been getting their reps in, and, this will be kind of the first showdown to see, which one of these teams is going to pull ahead. And, man, like I said, a great match to start off on anyways, but definitely the stakes will be a little bit different this time, for sure.
Fresh, brand new 0-0 matchup history here. It's beautiful to see, and it does look like we are getting ready to go into our first map of the afternoon. Do give me a second to join in, as it does look like we could be heading to Suna for our first map of the day, which, what are your thoughts?
Little repeat. Repeat of the con. They started off with Suna at the con, and AESIR had a 9-3 victory. It was pretty swift, and they looked dominant, and I'm wondering if we'll see a repeat of that on, map number 1 here. Suna definitely
are going to get into the action right out the gate here into our first round of Season 2, with AESIR on the defense and REKT on the attack. Nades coming out over the top. You kill me. Smalls finds a kill. He's Fizz scooping up another one on the side. Taquito picks up a kill of their own. The silence pistol coming to life as Kiwi flies out of the smoke. Kiwi and Basil trying to take control up over the top in a 2v3 now, as B site is where the battle is unfolding.
And something new you'll see in the Pistol Round Arsenal, Fizz picking up Kiwi there, and now Basil in a 1v3. But you see Basil has a revolver, and that was something that was recently added. Julian does pick up that kill onto Basil, but Small is able to pick up the initial kill with that revolver, and it's interesting because I believe it is a 2-tap to the body at any range, which is really powerful for Pistol Round. You can play so much longer range angles, but AESIR able to hold it down on that defense, and trades going their way. But now we have the first full rifle round.
Yes, indeed. Into round 2 we go as some smoke comes out over the top. And, you know, Yellow, we got to get used to casting online again, too, because we don't have to reserve our predictions in the moment. You know, we can make sure we don't have to worry about spoiling positions for people. You know, it was such an interesting change, you know, and obviously these players had to change their style to play at that LAN, and you know, now it's back to the online gameplay, and gosh, it's a nice shift. Don't get me wrong, I like being back in my home. Okay, the comfort of the apartment is nice.
Oh, definitely, and we do see REKT kind of doing their typical play of, you know, they send one player one place, get a little bit of attention, and then the other 4 kind of converge. And we do have trades in the way of both teams, so Taquito and Kiwi both getting taken out by frag grenades there. As smoke does go down onto that B cross. Tarmac looking for some util damage there. Don't believe he picked up anything there, and there's actually a little bit of a gap in that smoke, so that's going to prevent the cross for the time being. Basil, though, does pick up Achilles, and Fizz gets one, looks for the second, does see the second, and manages to pick up Smalls there, just like that.
Our replay's not quite working for Season 2. We'll get those sorted. Going in the forward here, but hey, a good opening regardless for...
And in the meantime, REKT were able to get that scanner down, so at least they are in a position to, you know, defend here now. Titan looking for something here, but Fizz getting killed by Tarmac. Julian picking off Titan. Tarmac going for a little bit of pre-fire. They know where Tarmac is, and now he gets taken out by Julian, and AESIR with a very simple and very nice retake there. Mad Dog playing patient, waiting for Julian to get in there, and AESIR going to be picking up their second round.
You know, we got to also address all of the changes that are happening between Season 1 and 2 in-game. You know, on top of the roster additions, we also have the obvious add of jumping being put into the game and being able to jump now. I mean, how big of a key element do you think that's going to be in this series? I haven't seen much of it in play yet, but, I mean, that's something we got to keep our eyes out for.
Certainly. I mean, jumping does affect your overall accuracy, and so I don't think you're going to see too many players, you know, trying to, you know, jump shoot around a corner or whatnot, but you might see them jumping for information, and you might see them mainly doing that and maybe trying to use jumping to catch them off guard, but a lot of kills going the way of AESIR, and Kiwi does pick up Julian, but takes themselves out in the process, and now it's Smalls versus 4, Scanners down, and look at this conversion on mid here. I mean, you got 3 players on mid, and Smalls now pre-firing and stirring up that AESIR Hornet's nest there. As you can see 3 of them kind of leaning around that defender spawn there. I mean, there's a minute 10 left, but I mean, it's looking unlikely for REKT for this round at least.
Yeah, Smalls catches 1, and I mean, hey, we've seen clutches before. 1v3 now, as there is Taquito on that flank, slowly trying to work around behind Smalls.
He was aiming down the sights right at Cat. He maybe thought somebody was there, and then, you know, stopped aiming, and that's the moment Taquito swung and got him there. But you had to think he was a little bit aware there, just a little bit. The thought was there, but unfortunately for Smalls, not able to clutch it up. AESIR taking their 3rd round in a row, and you gotta wonder how are REKT, you know, gonna change it now. You know, you've played 2 rifle rounds. It's the move.
Yeah, they don't have the community's vote this afternoon on the REKT side. AESIR, I think 30 to something. Gosh, how many are on the REKT? Well, we'll have to get back to that as the action. I'm going pretty fast with an aggressive push coming in here from REKT down short B. Trying to catch the kills onto Fizz as Fizz holds the short corner. Killing Smalls, swinging in and out. Taquito finding a double through the smoke on the backside of B. Fizz not getting ready for Taquito to swing out and catch the back of Fizz. Now Mad Dog and Julian are alone in a 2v4, making it a 2v2, or 2v3 rather, making it a 2v2 now with that nade connecting onto Kiwi. Tarmac maybe unaware of Mad Dog tucked into the corner. Tarmac swings, can't find the kill. Tarmac connects. Excuse me, Mad Dog connects.
Yeah, Mad Dog is surprisingly able to pick up Tarmac there. I mean, Tarmac even knew he was pre-aiming, and just managed to get managed to get him there despite the fact. But now Mad Dog and Smalls in a 1 versus 1, and Smalls does not really have the health here. 50 seconds left on the clock, and Mad Dog just has to play the time and is just kind of crouching. And like I said, you know, Mad Dog, smart player, gets a quick headshot into Smalls, giving Acer their 4th round.
Close rounds, you know, at the end of the day, if we open up the KDs, you can see on the side of REKT with Killing Me Smalls and Kiwi picking up 4 and 3 kills apiece. They are finding kills. They are bringing these down to 1v2s, 1v3s. You know, they're putting, obviously, their best foot forward here on the offense, but they're not having success. And I gotta wonder, Yellow, if when it does come to side swap, if we may see a bit of a different REKT on defense.
We'll see. I mean, it looks like they may have even hot swapped Sakila there, but either that or KD's being funny because he's just all zeros right now. But that could be a quick adjustment that perhaps they needed. Taquito does get a kill onto Kiwi with a nade, though, once again, just doing work with the pre-nades, and Achilles just pre-firing. Taquito, though, does get taken out, and once again, Fizz making a play through the smoke. Julian also picking up a kill. Fizz picking up a second one, and now it's like Kilo versus an entire Acer squad. Before I can even say that, just like that, Acer quick 5-0.
I think they had a disconnect, which ended up resetting the scoreboard there.
That also does make sense.
So I don't know that it was a sub. It could have been a sub, quite frankly. I don't know. I'm not paying close enough attention. But it's a beautiful opener for Acer right now, and I gotta wonder how the folks at home are feeling watching Acer storm through here 5-0 on this now. I mean, I'm trying to remember what was that back and forth. I could tell you nothing about the convention match. Seriously, it's like I wasn't even there for. I can't remember those moments because it was just so intense to live in. As Achilles is about to live into a very intense moment with 5 players collapsing onto B site, and a beautiful push from REKT now. A little bit of control gained by this team with some good coordination and teamwork. It's like Kilo gets fragged down, a beautiful toss from Fizz, and those 2 nades reset control back into the hands of Acer.
Yeah, I mean, it was a 5-on-3 or something like that, and then now all of a sudden it's a 2-on-3. So you're seeing the power of the utility there, as now Kiwi is forced to hold catwalk, and it's looking like, you know, a dog is trying to go for the wrap. I don't believe the scanner has actually been put down just yet. Let's see, you know, countdown timer for that or anything. 50 seconds left on the clock. They have to get that scanner down. And the hard part is as soon as that scanner goes, somebody's going to get swung. But Mad Dog takes out Tarmac. He does get it down, but now is in a 1 versus 3 situation with 2 people hunting him down from behind. And this is going to be hard to hold, in all honesty. And yeah, just like that, Julian takes out Kiwi, and it's Acer 6-0.
I think that's the second scanner we've seen go down from REKT in this series on our opening map on Suna, but it's still a 6-0 start here. And, I mean, we get closer and closer to that side swap, but, I mean, REKT really need an offensive round or 2 to make it a little bit easier on that transition into the other side.
And you got to wonder what's going on, too, because, I mean, Kiwi there gets 2 brilliant opening picks. It looks like they had complete site control, and then they just get naded. You got to wonder, do you got to wait out the nades after you get the opening picks? Like, what is it that you got to change? I mean, that seems like, it seems like post-plant and actually, you know, doing everything after the site take without, you know, taking too much damage is really the thing there. Mad Dog picking up a triple right away. Julian picking up Titan, and now it's Smalls versus a full health 5-person squad of Acer, and they wind up trading anyways, and so now it's 7-0 for Acer. Just like, I mean, you can tell they've been putting in practice. There's zero doubt about that.
I mean, this is REKT, the VRML Con Season 1 champion, right now having a very hard time against Acer. But I don't know necessarily hard time's the right word. I do feel like Acer is really just putting in some good positioning, some good swings. You're seeing REKT come in with well-placed smokes. You know, they're trying to open up the angles or block the vision, you know, for certain routes, and it's just not coming through for their team as Achilles and Taquito open up with a 1-2 punch. Nades come in finds you killing me smalls, and Psychillo and Tarmac are all that's left. With another nade right on top of Psychillo. Just able to barely avoid that one. Another nade coming in. That one's a flash. That one won't connect. And maybe a bit of an overextension from Mad Dog as Tarmac finally able to punish the AESIR aggression.
Yeah, but now it's still a 2-on-4. It's still, you know, looking like it's going to be a clean half from AESIR. And I mean, if this winds up being a 9-0 for AESIR, I mean, that's certainly a statement to be made.
And, you know, it's still early, right? This is obviously week 1, map 1. You know, I still anticipate REKT to maybe on map 2, a swap there, be able to bring a little bit better of a footing forward there, you know, as we do see Psychillo trying to clutch up the 1v4. Both throw flashes out. Psychillo tucks in. Knows that one is here on Julian and can't find the kill to start things off. 8-0 into our side swap.
We're switching sides.
Certainly a statement from AESIR, as I just said a second ago. And yeah, now REKT need to play a perfect half if they want a shot of even trying to come back here. But I mean, you have to start with the pistol round, and we will see what happens with that. But AESIR on their offense, I mean, again, they have really good utility usage. They're getting their trades. They're getting their one pick and falling back. In the case of Mad Dog, he got his 3 kills the other round and fell back. And it's hard to figure it out in the moment what you got to change if you're on the side of REKT. But I mean, there's a start for REKT at least. Psychillo picking up a nade onto Fizz, but Julian answers right back with pistol shots of his own. Flashes coming out, a lot of util coming out. Mad Dog picking up Kiwi. And now it's a 3 versus 4, and presumably AESIR will have site control here, or they're, about to have it. That scanner finally making it up onto the platform there. And Mad Dog taking out Smalls, and now it's a 2-on-3, and presumably going to be a retake situation here very soon. Tarmac looking for the shots. Taquito taking only a little bit of damage, going to be falling back behind cover. And we do see Titan walking up catwalk there, and Tarmac looks for the nade throw, but Taquito answers with pistol shots of his own. Scanner, of course, is down 1 versus 3. This is looking like a clean 9-0 AESIR game right here, unless Titan pulls off something miraculous. Does pick up the kill on the Mad Dog. Doesn't get the nade damage, and doesn't check the cat, or doesn't check the pillar there, and just like that, 9-0 AESIR.
Wow. AESIR making a statement to start the season with a commanding map 1 performance on Suna. I don't know if that's what AESIR expected. I don't know if that's what REKT expected, especially coming off of that Season 1 championship. Maybe they were anticipating a little more momentum into their favor, but AESIR have definitely said, we are here to play in Season 2. We are here to put our best foot forward. We are here to compete. And, yeah, they can hear. It's, well, there's impressive nonetheless from AESIR, y'all.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the connoisseurs kind of speak for themselves, because that ratio was, I believe it was 33-6 in favor of AESIR for, what the people think, or who the people think we're going to win today. And a 9-0 victory like that, I mean, that is the connoisseurs looking to be kind of correct, but we can't count anybody out, of course, just yet. We still have a second and maybe a third map to be played. You got to wonder what it's going to be, of course, but I mean, yeah, a 9-0 victory against the team that beat you last season. That's certainly something. That's
It is impressive, to say the least. And, this REKT team, they're really, there's a lot to be sought after for the champion. You get the skin that you're on the hunt for as that number 1 team. And I just saw the REKT tag that they put up. There's Season 2 has that same prize pool. There is 10,000 in cash on the line for Season 2. And it's going to be really exciting for these teams to be competing for this prize pool again in season 2. And I don't think we even announced that, so maybe a little teaser before the announcement comes out. But yeah, it's exciting. There's a lot to look forward to with these squads, and we're avoiding Kitty for map 2, it seems, Yellow, and we are going to head to Miru for our second map and maybe final map of this best of 3.
After that, I mean, it's certainly looking like it. Not to not to call anything too early, but man, I mean, that was a dominant performance. There is no other way to put it. 9-0, that's, you can tell AESIR's been putting into practice. I mean, I see them scrimming literally every single day. This game seems like their life right now. And yeah, that's Miru game number 2. I mean, this was the map that was going more back and forth when we were at Con, but we'll see if that's the case. This early Util coming out, and at least just a smoke try to get some attention. We do see some frags coming in, and the second smoke coming in from AESIR as they look to storm this B site. Sakilo once again with an opening frag onto Fizz there for round number 1, but Mad Dog's right in the smoke, and Smalls doesn't even realize, like, he's peeked out of the smoke, and Smalls still doesn't realize, and Mad Dog picks up 1, Achilles picks up 1, and now it's a 2 versus 2. Kiwi trying to do something, but doesn't get the kill, and now it's Tarmac versus 2. And Tarmac, very, very nice shot coming out from Tarmac, and now it's Tarmac versus Taquito, arguably one of the best players in VAIL, and Tarmac has got the clutch, and REKT finally picking up a round. It only took him a whole game to get it done, but they start 1-0.
Wow. It's about time. The map change is all they need, and now maybe we see a momentum swing. Maybe we see REKT getting back in control here. It is the defensive half of Miru, of course, and I think Miru tends to be pretty 50-50. To your point, it was definitely one of the more back and forth maps at the Con that we got to tune into, and I'm not going to count anything out just yet because of an early opener on the pistol set, but nice for REKT to get on the board there early. Vital, I would say.
Certainly. I mean, maybe this is the momentum shift that they needed, but I mean, it's still, you have to, if you're in REKT's position, you have to win this game and then also play game number 3, and that's a tall ask. But a round is a good start, nevertheless. Smalls' position getting exposed a little bit. Julian does pick up Kiwi. Mad Dog picks up Smalls. I mean, like I said, they are... It's like they just have, like, artillery cannons for hands. They know exactly where to put their nades, and utility usage, I have always said, wins the battle, and it was definitely evident last game, and it's certainly evident this round.
Well, let's talk about how much this game has changed just by implementing one rule. Only 1 grenade in your pocket. That's a rule for Season 2 that was not in Season 1, and so you almost saw everyone take double frags. Now, just in the last 10 rounds, 12 rounds, I've seen more flashes than I have all Season 1 come out here in gameplay.
Yeah. It definitely changes things. You have to be a little bit wiser with where you put your frags. Fizz taking out Titan, and Taquito taking out Tarmac. Fizz taking out Sakilo, and just like that, AESIR answer right back 1-1. But to speak a little bit more on that, only single frag rule, I mean, you were seeing some people use smokes and stuff, last season and whatnot. But I mean, again, this forces you to be a little bit more crafty with, what have... for your util. Do you elect to go with smokes, or do you elect to go with a flashbang, right? And I mean, because you have to make that choice. It's not like you can have all 3, like a smoke, a frag, and a flash. So it'll be interesting to see how teams kind of adapt to that. Smalls getting taken out early there, and that's going to allow AESIR to have a little bit of room on B. Fizz getting a pick on Tarmac in mid. Tarmac overextending a little bit. Kiwi and Sakilo, though, answering right back, but Achilles able to open up B site there. And look at this, though. I mean, the scanner is still over towards the back of A. Julian is just waiting patiently for their moment to strike and get that scanner down. But it seems like he is finally coming over with the rest of the team. But the rotation's already in. I mean, Kiwi's in the back of site. Titan is close by waiting for the trade, and I mean, if Acer find too much resistance, they have the time to rotate here. Kiwi does pick up Achilles, and Julian looking for that refrag in the center there. 50 seconds left, and they are electing to go for the rotate, but Kiwi is already going to be locked and loaded there. Smoke does go down, so it's going to be a little bit harder for him to hold that angle. Titan does get spotted, going to be forced to back up, but Acer can get that scanner down and maybe even double aggressive. But Kiwi making a smoke play of their own, but Taquito punishes that immediately, and now they know exactly where Titan is, and I presume a double swing will be in order, or, you know, they'll just kind of chill in the same spot and frag each other out as they tend to do. But now Titan, of course, in a 1 versus 2, Scanner's got 30 seconds left. There's he doesn't have too much time to really deal with this.
Sections off one of them in the back, and they hear the coughing. They catch the headshot over through the smoke, and Taquito swings the short corner. AESIR just barely hanging on to that one. And another 1v1 scenario there that we've come into. It seems like we continue to see these with REKT and AESIR. REKT just not able to get those extra little, I mean, huge, really big kills at the end of these rounds. And, you know, I mean, what is that? Maybe our 4th or 5th 1v1 we've had today, you know, in this second, by our second map in this series. And, you know, it's a testament to REKT and just how close they are keeping this, but ultimately how well AESIR is persevering this afternoon in terms of putting points on the board.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes down to those 1v1s, I mean, you know, it's really just a matter of, it's kind of a matter of positioning at that point. Taquito there picking up Tarmac getting, you know, again, a little bit, you know, over aggressive, looking towards mid, and 2 more kills going the way of AESIR before I can even say anything. I mean, sometimes AESIR, they're just so lightning fast with picking up kills, and, you know, next thing you know, it's just, they just kind of have the round. But, you know, 2 versus 5, tall ass for REKT. Now it's a 1 versus 5. Now Titan all alone against the full squad, and with Fizz slowly wrapping in the defender spawn, it's looking like a REKT or an AESIR round.
Yep, it is another one into the pockets of AESIR, and it may be a lone point on the board for REKT if they don't get things together here this afternoon on their defensive half on Miru. They opened up well on the pistol round. They've kept it close throughout these rifle rounds, but they really need to start putting some points on the board and battling back, showing that they can against AESIR, because AESIR are in good form right now.
Oh, they're in fantastic form. There's no question about it. I mean, you know, we were talking about the roster swaps and the 2 pickups that they got. I mean, I think that kind of sealed the deal for, you know, at least for this early season. For right now, they're going to be the dominant squad like they were last season. So it'll be interesting to see how the 2 new players kind of fit on. But Achilles and Saikilo both getting taken out. So we have a 4-on-4 right now. 1.5 minutes on the clock. Still plenty of time for both teams to do whatever they please. Tarmac's up Mad Dog, but Taquito, again, right there, gets that trade. Smalls picks up Taquito, though. And so, you know, both these teams are really, really good at just kind of trading each other out, putting themselves in positions to where if one of the teammates gets taken out, the other one's right there and can immediately pick up that refrag.
Yeah, this is another close round at foot, but AESIR have historically come out on top in these. The rotation here will be deterministic if that happens or not, and you killing me, Smalls says no. We're putting 2 on the board. There is not just a sole point to our name in this series, and REKT are now in a fighting position in map 2.
Yeah, I mean, you know, REKT kind of need as many defensive rounds as they possibly can get. I mean, the best they could ask for, I believe, is a 5-3 or a 6-3 half. So, I mean, if they could do that at least, then maybe the cards are on the table that they could win this game. But I mean, it's still, I mean, it's not gonna be easy, especially after game 1. Kiwi does pick up that first kill, but Achilles right there. Titan also getting taken out by Fizz there. Tarmac looking for some sort of refrag, but isn't going to be able to stop it. Saikilo, though, does take out Taquito, and now it's a 3 versus 3 retake. Saikilo looking for the frags, but Achilles swings out, takes him out. Scanner does go down, and, you know, AESIR now looking for their post-plant positions in this, you know, 2 versus 2 now as Smalls takes out Julian. Smalls getting Achilles there. Now it's Fizz to try to hold out, but Tarmac is low
Oh,
health. And Smalls with the triple.
really
Smalls really
nice.
showing their worth this game.
That was a beautiful sequence there from the duo. Tarmac drawing the entirety of the attention of AESIR over to their corner, while Smalls just did work. Found that first kill in the corner, and then that flash for the double. I think it ended up being a triple overall, and just like that, we're 3-3. Map 2 tied up, and REKT are again in a good fighting spot here on defense. We only got 2 more rounds left on their defensive half before we swap sides. And then I'm curious to see what they're going to be able to do on the attack on Miru.
Yeah, I mean, thought that was going to be a grenade for a sec. That was a little scary, but nevertheless, it was only a smoke, so fear avoided for now. Nade's going in, Titan picking up a kill, Kiwi picking up a kill onto Mad Dog. They potentially heard those footsteps in that underpass, and that's going to force Julian to back up. He actually took a lot of damage there. As you can see, they're pretty much a bullet to anything at this point. Taquito does get the kill on Tarmac, so that's going to open things up a little bit in mid. Smalls takes Achilles, Sakito takes out Taquito, or Sakilo takes out Taquito. Try to say that 5 times fast. And then now it's Julian versus 4, and I think Smalls has a hunch as to where Julian could potentially be here.
Yeah, tucked into the backside. Good comms coming in from the team. They very much have their eyes on the rotation from Julian, and Julian is very much stuck between a couple of tough choices that ultimately do not lead to them being alive. And for the first time, REKT take a lead in this best of 3 series. I saw a question in chat, do we get to watch all 3? We do. Stick around for all 3 maps, despite even if a team wins or loses in the first 2 maps. Reason being that rounds 1 end up impacting your overall rank up or down in the regular season ladder, and folks like to watch that 3rd map, so I'm told. So we do our best to give the people what they want, and they get to watch that 3rd map.
There we go. And speaking of giving the people what they want, Smalls and Tarmac getting what REKT wants there as they open up with 2 picks of their own. Sakilo dodging and Nade there, and is going to get swung here by Fizz, and no refrag in sight for now. Tarmac, though, does get the pick. Julian getting that refrag, and now a 2-on-2, 2-on-1 as Kiwi answers back. Kiwi knows exactly where the player is, and Titan almost gets swung there. It's Taquito versus 2 to try to get tied up for AESIR. 1:13 on the clock. And Taquito just kind of has to hold on and try to make something happen here for AESIR, but Kiwi slowly pincering around. Oh, but Kiwi. Taquito missing the flick up there, and Kiwi picking up the kill there. So Kiwi definitely the MVP of that round there, and REKT now up 5-3.
Swap sides, and AESIR go on the defense, REKT on the attack.
Now, this is where things I think are going to change up, because Miru tends to be a pretty defender-sided map, so, getting as many attack rounds as you possibly can is going to be important. You can actually see some AESIR players there kind of jump spotting. Sakilo does pick up that first kill. Kiwi looking for some action. He's going to get really aggressive here. Picks up 2 as we opening up the site there. Taquito picking up Smalls over in mid there, but Titan able to get the kill on Julian, and I believe REKT are aware that a flank is afoot here as Kiwi is looking from behind, and they actually wind up smoking off all of the back, and Kiwi going to be tossing a short nade, not going to be doing any damage there. Scanner does go down, 40 seconds left on the clock. Kiwi picks up a kill there, and now a 1 versus 1 Kiwi versus Fizz. They were once teammates, and now are on opposite sides of the battlefield here. 28 seconds left on that defuse, and look at this. Kiwi is playing as far away as possible from that scanner, and Fizz has to clear everything. And does Fizz check this? No, he doesn't. Kiwi going to be picking up that kill on Fizz and going to be clutching it out for REKT. A 1v1 going their way.
I mean, maybe we're headed to a map 3 decider. It could be in the cards at this pace. REKT definitely regain momentum. Quite frankly, them getting 2 points on the board, I thought, okay, now REKT's warmed up. And I gotta wonder if maybe AESIR were also starting to think that as well. REKT really have some good momentum here. They need to keep going here with the rifle round, though. That was the pistol round, so, you know, it's very different going in to this round 10.
Yeah, I mean, Kiwi, you know, doing a really good job of entry fragging on that first round, and we're gonna see if they can keep it up. But AESIR, the defense kind of heavily favored towards B right now. We do have a couple on A, and you know, one passively holding mid, but leaning more towards B as we do see some early util out on the B site. Frag comes in, Small's taking a little bit of damage from something there. Flash comes in as well. And nobody really opting off of anything. Here comes another flash. Kiwi does get the kill, though, despite the flashbang. Kiwi looking for a second, does pick up the second, trades out. Taquito going to be killing Tarmac there. Smalls taking out Taquito, and now it's a 2 versus 3 for AESIR to try to hold on. That scanner is going to be going down, and now a retake situation for AESIR.
Yeah, let's see if they can pull it together. The 2v3. REKT running away with momentum, but Fizz finding connections on the flank and now disrupting the on-site defense as the duo collapses. Perfectly timed together onto site. Nades up over the top. Fizz gets shot in the back, and there's the clutch coming in from REKT. And both players finding their kills. A 7-3. Map 2. I don't know what's going on today, quite frankly.
I don't know either. I really don't know what's going on at all. I mean, how do you go from 9-0ing a team to now you're down 7-3? I mean, AESIR, if they want to stay in this game, they got to really lock in at this point. I mean, there's certainly a change of pace that has been favoring REKT at this point. But now we are into what could be a penultimate round. The possibility is there, but some util going out. No damage really going either way of the teams, and we do see a shift over in that AESIR defense there. 1:30 on the clock. Smoke does go down. Kiwi, once again, going to be entry fragging, but gets taken out by Fizz right away. Tries to crouch in the middle, doesn't really work out for them. Taquito also picking up Psykilo there, and AESIR are starting to answer back, saying, no, this is our game, and 2 kills going their way is certainly going to be favoring them. Smalls taking out Achilles there, is trying to find the space there. Doesn't find the shots on Taquito. I mean, finds, but not enough damage has been done just yet. Mad Dog going to be taking out Tarmac, and now it's a 2 versus 1 versus 4 as Fizz does find the kill onto Smalls, and now Titan going to be surrounded here, trying to find whatever they can, but Julian getting the final shots, and AESIR answering with a 4th round of their own.
Huge. I think momentum shifts now into AESIR's favor as they get back into control, and it's well, it's what we saw at the convention. It's what we saw live in front of our eyes. Yellow Hat was a great duel between these two teams on this map, even with the pressure of an audience and that prize pool on the line. Now it's a little less, but obviously you want to start your season strong, and you are still competing for a sizable cash prize pool.
Yeah, and speaking of, you know, all that fun business, Mad Dog taking out Kiwi right away. Look at all this util that they've already dumped onto B, and you know, now Mad Dog able to pick up a 2nd kill onto Titan, and now it's a 2-on-4 already within the first 30 seconds of the round. I mean, certainly a great response from AESIR. I mean, they're playing a little bit more passive on, you know, the sites. I mean, the 3 defenders were way back site, and Tarmac gets taken out with a nade. I mean, there's that AESIR util that we have come to know and love from last game finally coming into effect.
Fast rounds quickly into the hands of AESIR, exactly what they need and exactly what could cause REKT to lose control of this map. They could lose the pacing because that they have been setting. They've been the ones establishing the early kills, establishing control of the map, but these last 2 rounds have not gone that way, and AESIR really have been getting aggressive on the defense.
Yeah, and I mean, again, look at this defense coming out from AESIR. It's pretty passive. I mean, they are just waiting for all the util to be dumped, and for, you know, they're just dodging all the utils so that they can actually play the site properly. I mean, REKT do manage to pick up 2 kills. Kiwi gets naded in the process, which, you know, hurts us through the entry fragger. you know, if you're able to get those kills as entry frag, I mean, it works wonders. But you know, REKT still have the man advantage, and Psykilo gonna be in that smoke. So Fizz is gonna be. Psykilo still able to get that kill somehow. Fizz not like had pretty much every single advantage there. If I am right on that, I mean, Psykilo was in the smoke. Fizz knew exactly roughly where it was, and Psykilo was still able to pick up that kill. And now it's a 4-on-2. 3 as Achilles picks up Psykilo, and you know, Scanner of course is down. Tarmac does pick up Achilles, and now it's Julian versus 2. We've seen Julian clutch things up before. Smalls is right around the corner trying to make things happen and gets the shots onto Julian, I believe, through those boxes. So now REKT are on match point.
Big bounce back for REKT, and this second map has been theirs. Well, it was initially, I really felt like maybe another AESIR snowball after the first 3 or 4 rounds, but they did fight back. They tied it 3-3, and since then, they've been in control. They just need one more here, Yellow, and we've got ourselves a map 3 decider for our opening series. I mean, come on, in the rematch, what more could you ask for to kick Season 2 off with?
I would certainly be happy if we have a map 3 decider. I mean, you know, that of course makes things more interesting. Taquito picking up Psykilo there from both. Tarmac does pick up Taquito, though, takes a little bit of damage to their own. But you know, gonna even the stakes a little bit. Julian and Kiwi gonna be trading out. Tarmac takes out Fizz, but Smalls on that refrag, and now a 2-on-2. But look at this, the scanner is over on A or B by itself, and Smalls is on the other side of the map, and now has to try to clutch 1 versus 2. The scanner was by itself, and that puts Smalls in a very hard situation here. And I mean, look at this. Achilles is lurking over towards mid now, trying to see if maybe somebody will cut over. But now, I mean, these footsteps are going to be heard. Especially that Util as well. Maybe gets the nade, but Achilles is right there waiting. So almost a good play by Smalls there, but Achilles being in the right place at the exact right time.
That was almost a double, I mean, a 1-2 punch solo clutch coming in from REKT right there, but they are still at match point and still fighting, with now that lead getting whittled down to just 2 points.
And so we do see, Fizz getting, never mind, here comes the martyrdom kill. And look at this, Taquito also getting aggressive, but Tarmac is going to be aware of those steps. Kiwi picks up another kill, and now again REKT in a 4 versus 3, 4 versus 2, 3 versus 2. As soon as I say something, something else happens. Still have the man advantage. Kiwi picks up Achilles, again, just being a really good entry frag, and now it's Julian versus 3. Julian picks up Kiwi through the box. The scanner does go down, so now Julian at least where 1 is, and now picks up another one through the box, and now it's Psykilo versus Julian. Psykilo has the health advantage, also has a nade as well. Here's the footsteps, and there's a REKT picking up map number 2. We're going to a game 3 decider.
You love to see it. The VRML algorithm doing its magic, even in week 1, as it gives us a beautiful debut series to tune into here, Yellow Hat. I mean, come on. It's season 2. We're into it. We got, I mean, I really like what I'm seeing. I like the difference in nade usage. I love to see all the utility that we are seeing come into play here this afternoon.
I mean, yeah, you're seeing some proper side takes. I mean, you're seeing a lot of smokes get used to, you know, kind of close off the lines of sight and everything. And, you know, just from that, I mean, you saw a lot of those, like B was really working out for REKT. I mean, they tried A once or twice, just didn't work out. But B, like, they have that B take on lock. I mean, they've got pretty much all the smokes that they need, all the nades that they need. And, you know, it forced AESIR to play back. You saw them kind of adjust, you know, mid-game that they needed to play almost back in defender spawn a little bit to try to just dodge the barrage of utility flying in at them. You know, they tried playing up in the corners and everything, and, you know, they were trying to flash their way out, but, you know, the one and done spots were not working out for them. And, you know, they adjusted, but even then, that still allowed REKT to kind of take the space. And, you know, we'll see what happens this map, because again, Kitty's kind of another map where utility wins wars, and you know, we'll see how both these teams kind of play out on this map, where everything's a little bit even more up close and personal.
Into it we go with AESIR on the defense, REKT on the attack. No, I have that wrong, don't I? Swap teams real quick. As AESIR's on the attack.
You were right.
Oh, I did that right? Okay,
you're
sorry.
right.
With AESIR on defense, REKT on the attack. Into map 3, our series decider we go to kick off our season start.
Yeah, so we've talked about it before. Kitty is oh yeah, there you go. Kitty, probably the most defender-sided map of the 3 maps that are in the competitive pool here. I mean, you get 2 or 3 rounds on offense, and you could be looking good for the rest of the game. And look at that, 2 frags going the way of REKT already, and they're gonna have that sight control. Maybe things have shifted since I've played. Who knows? But yeah.
Only with less grenades available, maybe that was a key element really deciding this factor. As Achilles finds a big double over the top, makes it a 1v2, 2v3, 1v3, and REKT, they might find their opening offensive round here, the one they need to really get their footing planted on Kitty and maybe have a chance of taking this map on the side swap.
Yeah, look at that. You see Kiwi going for a little bit of a jump spot, or I think it was Sakilo going for a little bit of a jump spot, but Kiwi getting right up in Achilles' face saying, I'm winning this pistol round, and winning the pistol round, indeed they did. REKT now 1-0 on the offense, so now we're on to the rifle round, and this is where, of course, things can change. And kind of looking at the guns everybody's using, I mean, pretty much everybody's on MKs, Taquito on the AK-12, so not really has changed too much in the, weapon meta department there. But I know that XLab had kind of tweeted out, and they were like, we're thinking about doing some weapon rebalancing and that it's a bit needed. And so we'll see if they wind up actually doing that. But getting into this round now, we'll see kind of what REKT do on this first rifle round.
We go with nades coming in, the few that they can toss, and one connecting for the likes of Fizz, whittling down REKT on the attack out to the gate. Achilles does find Carmack though, and Sakilo is tucked in to maybe spring a trap onto 1 or 2, but before they can, more connect, and Fizz. That's another on the board for REKT now, they're down just to 2. And a 2v5 control, very much back into the hands of AESIR.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Achilles get a little bit aggressive over on bridge there, and it did pay off. They were able to catch REKT off guard there, but now Sakilo and Titan pretty much forced into a really tough position. We do see AESIR getting hungrier for kills. Sakilo does trade with Mad Dog, and they have the information on the last person. Titan is also very lit. Not really much that they can do here. Achilles, the number 1 that you see on the mini map there is going to be able to hear those footsteps, and we do see Julian pushed up into alleyway here, and Titan's going to be in for a bit of a surprise.
They are indeed. AESIR tied things up, and the opening frags there really setting the tone for AESIR on that second round. It definitely obviously makes it harder for REKT when you're down early by 2, but that's the vulnerability of the offense when you do push in. You are susceptible to so many kind of fatal funnels, so to speak, where nades can really do some big damage to you.
Certainly, and I mean, you got to adapt as quick as possible, especially in the offense. You want to try to get those few rounds and, really try to secure the deal as early on as you can. But look at that, Taquito rolling a nade down to Kiwi, taken out immediately. Mad Dog does get taken out by a nade from Sakilo. Sakilo, another star player with that util, and Taquito going to be taken out there. Smalls also gets the pick onto Julian, so now REKT have that man advantage, but Fizz is in the back and actually has that standard control. And look at this flank coming in from Achilles, but as I say that, it gets spotted out and Fizz gets taken out by Sakilo. It was such a crazy kill that it forced our camera into the middle of the map. It didn't want us to see it at all, but REKT picking up another round there.
Yeah,
it was such a dirty headshot.
Are we seeing a shift in how this game, or how this map plays. Maybe it's the fact that you can jump peek certain angles now. Maybe it's the fact that you only have one nade in your belt. I gotta wonder, if those are if those are going to be key elements in determining and changing just how one-sided this map used to be. Because like we've said, it definitely was.
Yeah, a map that has a lot of tight alleyways like this, certainly, if you allow 2 grenades per player, I mean, it is just a funnel for utility, and that really hurts if you're on offense trying to do anything at all. So, I mean, and you can even see, like, most of these rounds have started with grenade kills from across the map. So, I mean, it's definitely reducing that impact. You don't have as much spam, but even then, Small and Achilles going to be trading out there. Sakilo looking for that opening. Does he actually find the timing? My goodness, Mad Dog just barely gets away, but Sakilo now going to be able to sneak up on Fizz. Does get the kill on the Fizz, going to be opening things up a little bit, and now Taquito isolated on that B site. Doug and Julian going to be separated on the A site there, and Taquito, I mean, if the push comes in, is going to be hard pressed. But Taquito, if there's any person that can do it, it's probably him. But as I say that, Caster Curse comes right through his Kiwi, going to be taking out Taquito. Site control is going to be opening up, and now Mad Dog and Julian to try to clutch things out. Julian does pick up a headshot on Sakilo, gets a second one onto Tarmac there. Now brings it to a 2v2, throws a grenade in, tries to get aggressive there, trades out with Titan, and now it's Kiwi versus Mad Dog in a 1 versus 1, and now Kiwi has to play the time, but gets spotted out by Mad Dog. He's trying to find the pre-fire, but Mad Dog gets a headshot onto Kiwi, and is going to be able to get the defuse.
I mean, what could have been there, another big round. That would have been REKT 3-0, or 3-1, excuse me, out the gate on Kitty on the attack. That would have been the perfect tone to set if they wanted to win this series. Instead, though, it is tied 2-2, and we do go back to the starting points for both squads. So fresh. I mean, really, a full reset mentally right now. You got to be approaching this as a 0-0 game, because that's what it is.
Right, and I mean, again, we were talking about these 1v1s earlier, and that was another prime example of, if that 1v1 went Kiwi's way, that could have been a totally different game here. But it went AESIR's way, and that can certainly help them to secure the victory, across this entire series. Achilles picking up Sakilo with a nade there. Was a smoke. I'm getting baited out once again. I'm getting baited. It's really unfortunate, but anyways, Sakilo going down. REKT don't have the numbers right now, and that defense has really shifted over towards B. We do see a lot of util going over there, and Mad Dog has a bit of an advanced position over on the A site here, as Smalls just kind of creeping up, trying to see what information they can get. They have 1:05 left on the clock. You have to wonder if a rotate is in order. Kiwi trying to look for the opening frag, but Achilles answers with a double of their own, and that's going to be the standard of the triple. And now it's Smalls versus the world.
That's one way to get rid of the B site push, and with Smalls getting picked up by Mad Dog, AESIR take the lead for the first time since 3-3 on map 2. So it's definitely been a while since they've been in control, but here they are on our third map, very much now back in control on defense. But they still lost 2. I mean, the damage could be done already.
Yeah, I mean, I think for REKT, if you get another round or 2, that would secure things more. I think they're in an okay spot right now. You still have to play good on the defense, but again, we talk about that nade rule and how much that changes things, and that could change things on REKT's defense here as well. But AESIR, I mean, 3-2. They're getting closer to a victory, but again, this is the back and forth that we've come to expect. Mad Dog going down from a nade from Tarmac, it looks like there, and the A site going to be opened up a little bit, but Julian getting taken out by Smalls. Fizz gets a pick of their own, and now look at this though. Achilles picks off Titan, who had the scanner by themselves. And that, that is another misplay from REKT there, and AESIR just capitalizing on those mistakes. And now Achilles is allowed to get into an advanced position. Certainly, they don't expect him to be on this side of mid here. And now REKT have to go fetch the scanner. They had complete site control. This could have been a forced 3 versus 2 retake here. And Achilles picks off another one there as Smalls tries to dodge the bullets. But again, that's why if you're the scanner, you want to stay back, but you want to be with the team. You don't want to be by yourself. You get picked off by yourself, and this is the kind of round that you can see.
Just devastating to not have that there, because like you said, they had full control, and now they're going back into AESIR, who obviously are ready and waiting to pounce. Taquito finding that second to last kill, and Psychilo with seconds left isn't going to be able to get the scanner in time to even plant it. I don't think.
Run. I mean,
well, maybe.
He does have the time now, but I mean, look at this. Taquito is, Psychilo should know that Taquito is generally going to be coming for skate park. And Achilles is on the opposite side of the map. But look at this too. I mean, Taquito does not have a lot of health. Achilles does not have a lot of health. But then again, one headshot can make all the difference. And, they have plenty of time. Don't think anybody has utility, and they're going to be in a position to trade. And Psychilo gets the clutch. He gets the clutch just like that. And 3-3 is the score. And REKT have tied it up again.
Just barely. And finally, a 1v1 that goes the way of REKT. I think it's been mostly AESIR who have come out on top in those close moments. But here we are with another offensive round. Like you said, that might be it. The third point, I think, is big going into the side swap. But it's really got me thinking, do we have that defensive favor still on this map anymore? Maybe that's gone.
Who knows? I mean, like I said, I think that nade rule is definitely a big player in that, but Mad Dog picking up the kill onto Smalls there off of that head peek. And look at this, though. Psychilo getting right into sight. Julian picking up Kiwi, though. And Mad Dog picking up another kill, and they are holding it down. I believe Julian just picking up another kill, and now it's Tarmac, the brains of the operation, versus 4. And, his position now exposed. And he has a hungry AESIR squad coming in hot here. Minute 10 on the clock. Picks up 1, but actually gets traded out by Fizz there. And so now 4-3 is the score.
A good half. Now positive for AESIR as they get back in control, but it's still TBD. We get the side swap after this round, and then we'll really get to kind of see what these teams are going to be bringing to the table for the last half of the last map of our opening week of Season 2. It's what an opener here this afternoon. I mean, come on, the third map is the decider, and it's this close, Yellow. You can't ask for a much better kickoff to Season 2.
Yeah, look at this. The AESIR defense getting aggressive, and it pays off. Fizz picking off Titan, and that is already the scanner down, and it is again by itself. Mad Dog gets the kill onto Smalls, and now Kiwi has to try to do something here. He has to get the scanner back, has to deal with 2 AESIR players, and gets taken out while trying to find it. And this round is looking to be AESIR's at this point, and it's only 40 seconds into the round.
Yeah, another bit of a wash coming in for the REKT side, but I mean, maybe not. We've seen big clutches locked in before as Psychilo
does. Yeah. Psychilo does pick up a kill onto Julian. That is a start. And his footsteps are going to be heard by Achilles there. You see the number 1 and the number 7 on the map over in the top. And Psychilo does throw that util, and Achilles is right around the corner. Does Psychilo check this? Oh, he drops his gun at the exact wrong point. That timing is crazy. And Taquito takes out Tarmac like that. AESIR and the half. 5-3. Will it be enough as we swap the sides?
Whew. A great opener, and what seems to be AESIR back in control. As REKT attack and AESIR attack and REKT now defend. See if they can ride that control and momentum into a pistol round win. I think if they can do that, we go 6-3. AESIR may be able to really ride the wave to a series victory in map 3.
Yeah, I mean, you have a look at the KDs. REKT, pretty much everybody is on 3 kills, and Psychilo's on 11. And over on AESIR, 5-7, and then Achilles is on 11. So some work being done by individual players here for sure. But the moment the rest of the team starts picking it up, that's when things are going to happen. And look at that. AESIR, 3 kills right off the rip as I'm done yapping about things. And they have full site control at this point, and REKT only have 2. Smalls picking up Mad Dog there, so going to be opening things up a little bit. But that scanner is already down. This is a tall order of a retake to happen here. Fizz picks up 1. Titan gets the headshot into Fizz. Needs to find 3 more if he wants this retake to be successful. But this is looking like an AESIR victory here. Dodges back cover. And we do see Achilles kind of holding on, but now Taquito going to be swinging or getting up in the corner, and they wind up trading anyways. And AESIR picking up their 6th round.
Well, it's an offensive opener, no less, and they're 3 away from taking the series and essentially winning the rematch against the team they lost to on stage at VRMLCon. I mean, that's got to sting. So I imagine that this series win would mean a decent bit to the AESIR squad, and really, I mean, it would be a great start to their season. It's showing everybody that this AESIR team is here to play. You know, they are coming out in Season 2 strong and focused and clearly practiced.
Yeah, I mean, and that 9-0 victory on game number 1, that's certainly a statement, irregardless of whether they win or lose. I mean, that shows that, you know, they are going to be at least dominant on Suna, but, you know, at this point, too, I mean, it still is anybody's game. It's looking a little bit closer to AESIR as Smalls and Kiwi get taken out there, and I think AESIR are just playing the patient game at this point, and it's paying off for at least right now. I mean, REKT's getting a little bit, you know, maybe overzealous in some of these peaks, and you know, them getting taken out early on the defense. That's not what you really want if you're on the defense side of this map.
Yeah, especially because this is, you know, you really have the ability to tuck in, force those short angles that you have the advantage on. And, well, I think that maybe, again, having that utility gone and Nate gone has been a big impact. 2 kills come through. Over on side, another comes in from Achilles, and it's like Kilo quickly is left alone in a 1v3 to try and clutch up the REKT squad.
Yeah, and I mean, look at this. Mad Dog's got that bridge control, and this is going to be hard for Psychilo to try to, you know, make things happen here. The scanner does go down, and AESIR are all over the place. I mean, Psychilo can find 1, but the other ones are very far away, and look at that. Julian's just going to be swinging Psychilo, and look at that. 7-3. 2 rounds away from victory for AESIR here, as, you know, they're starting to do really well on this offensive side as well. Maybe we've finally had a meta shift on this map.
I would love to see it, and to your point, I'd love to see some adjustments overall to the gun meta too, you know, because it is really locked into the 1 or 2 choices, typically at the competitive level. We don't see what is a smorgasbord, if you will, of other guns in this game. That just don't find their day in the sun because these 2 are so strong, and ultimately the players are so comfortable with them.
I think the thing that they do want to change when they talk about weapon balancing is, of course, lowering body shot damage a little bit and trying to force headshots a little bit more. And so we'll see if that does happen. Fizz, again, getting an opening pick onto Kiwi. Psychilo inside of sight. Taquito, though, already at the back of sight. Julian and Psychilo wind up trading, and that scanner is going to be going down. 3 versus 4 for REKT here, and AESIR looked to just be in full control this half. I mean, they're just getting the opening picks. Very awkward fight right there. Small is going to be the guardian angel there. Gets a 2nd kill, and you know, as I say that, Achilles does get the kill onto Tarmac. They know Achilles is lurking in the shadows somewhere, and they need to find this site player fast before Achilles can get into position. But too little too late as Achilles picks up the kill onto Smalls, and Taquito going to be swinging, getting away there, and Titan only has 15 seconds to kill both and try to get the defuse. This is looking like it's going to be an AESIR round.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, time going to be the factor here. Can't one-hand it, and we go to map and series point for our opening Week 1 Season 2 series here. The 2 arguably top teams coming into VRML for Season 2. You know, if you're new, you're really getting a great perspective on the best. these are two squads that really know this game. And with the update only being a month or two old, they've mastered the changes already. We're seeing very comfortable plays and usage of utility with flashes and smokes, and it's got me excited for what we're going to see permeate throughout the rest of the league this season.
Certainly. I mean, AESIR just doing work getting these opening pick with their util, and that's been a theme pretty much all series, right? Fizz going for the jump shot there, trying to see if they can make it happen, but Smalls answers with a headshot of their own, saying, "No, this is not Call of Duty. Don't put that stuff on me." So, they do take a little bit of damage in the process, though, so not all was in vain from Fizz's side here. And again, AESIR, they've slowed down the pace. They're recalculating and figuring out, what is it that we want to do? Do we want to reaggress onto B? The defense is more likely to be over here. Maybe we consider rotate over to A. Let's see if we can find a weak point. And that's a lot to really think about in only, 53 seconds that you have left of the round in the first place. And we do see Mad Dog getting a little bit of control here. You see that number 6 on your screen over on the left side creeping up towards number 4. Actually, there's Achilles, excuse me. Taquito trading out with Smalls, and now that's opened up the defense, and Julian and Kiwi trading, and that Scanner's over there. But look at this. I mean, Mad Dog is in a corner and has every opportunity to shoot Sakilo on the back of the head, which he does. And now it's Tarmac to try to hold on, and that Scanner's going down on A. There's no stopping it at this point, and Mad Dog certainly knows where Tarmac is going to be coming from, and there's not too much I think he can really do here, but Tarmac's got to try to figure out something here as fast as he possibly can.
Big swing. Big swing. Can it come through? No, it doesn't. AESIR lock in a third map victory on offense on Kitty as we see a shift in the meta unfold before our eyes, and a new champion in this rivalry crowned as AESIR take the win against REKT, the team they lost to at VRML Con. Yellowhat, thanks for joining me on what was a great series this afternoon to open up our season 2.
Yeah, I mean, there was some expectants and there were certainly some unexpected. Again, that 9-0 from AESIR, it's certainly a statement. And I think that really caught REKT off guard, but the fact that they were able to pull it back in game number 2 on Miru, I mean, that also speaks volumes to the team that, REKT is. But I mean, AESIR, they were just looking really dominant. There is no other way to put it. And I mean, a 9-3 victory on Kitty with most of the rounds, or a good amount of them being on offense. Nevertheless, I mean, that's certainly something, and definitely an interesting start to season 2. And, again, major props to AESIR. They've got a couple new peeps on their roster, and they're doing great things. REKT also have a couple new players on their rosters. Yeah. And, it'll be interesting to see them kind of reform their strategy and everything. But AESIR, they take the W today, and they take it in somewhat of a commanding fashion, I think.
Yeah, they have made their statement. They are a team here to be at the top of Season 2, and we'll see if there's a squad that's going to be dethroning them or not, because we've got a lot left ahead of us. This is the start of a season, so that means that we've got roughly 12 to 13 weeks of regular season gameplay, which means broadcasts throughout all of those 12 to 13 weeks. You'll see me, Yellowhat, and a bunch of new faces joining the VAIL casting team this season. I'd love to show you, have you show them your support. We really would appreciate that. And if you are interested in being on this casting desk and doing commentary and being part of the production team, feel free to go out and fill out an application. We are actively recruiting. We will be answering those applications more readily than we have in the past, hopefully, as well. And so, if you are interested, do be sure to apply. We do request that you have practice casts already, in which case, do go into the Scrim channel. A lot of people are more than happy to have you pretend cast their game and record it, as long as you give them the recording. So go do that and get your practice in to join the team, because at the end of the day, it's one of the requirements for the application. But regardless, we appreciate you all stopping by, tuning in, and hanging out for our debut cast of Season 2. And again, a reminder that there's a lot more of this and ideally also more video content on this channel. So if you haven't already, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Keep your eyes peeled for shorts YouTube videos, stuff like that we're going to be doing over the course of the regular season. We really want to amplify the content that we create here for VAIL and VRML, and it's going to be the focus going into the back half of this year for Season 2. So keep the eyes peeled and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you all for tuning in. My name's Ben, Knifefire with 2 E's, my co-caster Yellow Hat. We'll see you all this weekend, maybe next week, who knows, but there will be more from us, so do stay tuned for that. But until next time, stay classy.
VAIL VRML is brought to you by XLab, Exclaim, Helga, the esports manager, HyperX, ProTube VR, VR Cover. Thanks for watching VRML.